Hi, I'm Jason Grover for ThatShelf.com, and we're here to look at the Focal Stellia.
Big shelf.
So, Focal, incredibly well-established French audio company, makes some of the best high-end, extraordinary products in the world. Incredibly wide range of products. What's super exciting about dealing with companies like these and some of their other commensurates, the sort of the big guys and big girls, as it were, is that a lot of the technology trickles down. You can buy $350,000 speakers from Focal that use beryllium in their drivers. Those of you who are longtime viewers of the channel know that my B&Ws use diamond. It's these exotic materials that these companies have found to find the right balance between something that's incredibly rigid, but incredibly light, quick to move, etc., for actually working on their big speakers. That's what they use for some of their drivers, and on their higher end headphones, that's what they use. And so I wanted, again, longtime viewers will know that my sort of reference pair are Sennheisers. I've been a Sennheiser fan forever. But I had a chance to listen to these at the Toronto Audio Show months back. And I was super interested in actually giving them a good listen, especially as I'm going to be testing, as you'll see on the channel, the new M15S from our friends at FIO. And so I wanted to see what a pair of closebacks, high-end closeback headphones would actually do compared to my open ear Sennheisers. I do have a pair of HD25s that I've had for decades, literally almost 30 years probably. They've been incredible for when I just need in noisy environments or stuff like that. I then eventually went into earbuds, either custom molded. I have a pair of Shure A46s that actually have custom ear molds, or some of the Sony or the other Sennheiser products that I've been using just for ease of wireless compatibility and charging. They're just light. And I've been using my Shure A46s a little bit less than I was, so I'm going to be transferring those back to being wired, and was interested in having something also, maybe when I was on the go, as ridiculous as it is, to look at, like this big guy. So let's, this is just going to be sort of a quick opening up, as it were. It's a box within a box, which, you know, I'm usually a fan of such things. But when you get sort of higher end devices, it's always interesting about how they deal with the unboxing. Certainly there's that Fruit named company known for their products that have incredible obsolescence very quickly, that also bought a headphone company, but we won't really talk about them very much. This is a whole nother level, but nonetheless, if you are spending a premium on headphones, and Lord knows this is a premium, it is nice when they're sort of treated with the level of care right down to how they're actually packaged. It is superfluous, it is a little bit ridiculous, but you know what? There's something to be said, as on the bottom, made in France, something to be said about a beautiful leather box that contains what it is that you're going to want to put on your ears really quickly. This sort of chocolatey, cocoa-y, mocha-y leather is indicative of what's on the inside. And let's see how this actually opens up. I believe if I just pull this off, I will not be doing this every time. Nonetheless, it's I mean, it's ridiculous. The attention to detail. It's beautiful velour on the inside, and it's just a box. It's a box that on the top says Focal and it says Stellia, which is the model that we're actually looking at. Again, considered by many the most robust, most accomplished closed back headphones available now, if not available at any time. I mean, I really like this, that they punched their what it is that they did on the side of here. Classic loudspeakers, headphones and multimedia, car audio and studio monitors. Focal like my other company that I like a lot, which is BMW, is another company that again has incredible range, but also deals with professional applications. And their big thing isn't to mess with the sound too much. Every company messes with the sound to a certain degree. There's no such thing as pure neutrality, but their shtick is to just give what's there. And it means that if something is recorded well, it's going to sound amazing. If it's not recorded well, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear the details. And that's the way I like to listen. I don't like things that are punched up in particular frequencies just for the sake of being punched up, because I'm going to listen to a narrow band, a type of music. I listen to a wide range of sources, and I just want what's there. I don't want to mess with it. And this is I'm bouncing all over the place, but I think that this is critical. One of the things that are absolutely amazing about headphones is that they take the room out of it. Not the room, that's something different, but the actual room itself. I don't need to worry about room acoustics because all the acoustics have been taken care of by the engineers. One of the things that open back headphones have the advantageously is that all the resonance that's sort of bouncing back and forth is taken away. Music's going out, if it needs to, going into your ears, and any extraneous stuff, if it's bouncing off here, it's just bouncing away from you. This, you actually get some semblance of going in and out off the outer side, of course. But they've done tremendous work to actually shape in a positive way that that sounds so that these sound as close to open ear earphones as closed backs can get. And that is a very exciting thing. And the brief amount of time I've actually had listening to them, I was really quite impressed about the soundstage, about how specific the instrumentation was, all the elements that you want from a really nice high-end pair of headphones. So just putting the sort of top part of the box aside, we have in here a really nice case. This is where our friends live. It's sort of a robust case. I mean, I'm trying to sort of squeeze it in, and there's absolutely no damage, but it's light, and it's got little handcraft, little rubbery things over the zippers. I'm going to keep those on for now. But yeah, there's no cable attached, but right now, very light, certainly something that would fit in a knapsack, no problem, if you were on the go with it, if you're crazy enough to actually use these as sort of daily drivers, or at least on a long trip. But nonetheless, not near as bulky, which is great, because they need to be on your head after all. As I open these up, it's sort of like a game controller shape, that's sort of with the divot on the inside. There they are. Now, these are, let's say, a unique color. It's sort of this coppery, chocolatey, mocha-y color that works. I mean, it certainly makes them feel a bit vintage, for lack of a better word. There's been a long time since brownish color was the sort of a default, but hell, I was born in the 70s, so I'm used to this. The cups themselves are leather. This is leatherette, I guess, on the inside, but these are actual leather. And inside is memory foam. We actually have here the cuir, a plein, in other words, genuine leather. Actually, the little tag on here showing that it's actually legit 100% leather. And this is how they work. Now, each driver itself is obviously paired. There's an R and an L etched so that you can actually see when actually including the plugging into the into the socket to actually make it work. So let's make sure here. And as they go on over my crazy hair, that's it. And immediately, I have a little bit, I mean, I'm in a relatively soundproof room, but immediately any outside sort of whooshing of air, some of my air conditioner is just gone. It's great. They're comfortable. The clutch power is sufficient. It's not going anywhere. That's me being loose. As I decrease the size so that it fits a little bit more securely, I'm here, and as I'm moving my head, only if I absolutely crank on it down does it go, and it doesn't go down very far at all. and yet I don't have that weird sort of super tension. I have a lot of hair. Um, and my ears don't stick out so much, but they're not the smallest ears in the world. They fit really nicely inside the cups. This is here doing its thing. Not if I actually hit the outside, yes, there's microphonics. That's going to be inevitable. You're actually going to hear the sort of thumping on the inside, but it's still deadened. It's like as I'm doing this, a huge chunk of what's actually taking place outside is dramatically reduced. Unlike when I put on my open ears, literally, it's like you can hear anything. Everything goes through. That's the whole point. So that is them. The construction is really robust. Again, really, really nice, thick band, metal components here, metal on the outside, showing off the Focal logo right here. These sort of divot positions, and on the inside, you can see some. It's very hard to see, but the way they've actually done the ear cap on the inside, it uses these perforations in very specific ways to actually have the sound behave the way that you would want to. And also inside the giant box, we have this. There we go. You know, nice, beautiful box. And inside here, we have these elements. So in here we have documentation, and here we have the balance cable that it comes with. Now, unlike my Sennheisers that have this proprietary locking thing, which is a pretty decent one, these come with 3.5 millimeter single-ended cables. These ones do lock in. They actually have a Focal little locking mechanism. Unfortunately, it's my understanding that even though this comes nice, again, for desktop mode, with a 4-pin XLR for balanced, they do not make a 4.5 millimeter replacement cable. So I've bought a third-party one just to try out the difference between 3.5 unbalanced and balanced, just to give it a shot. Now, this is a nice, big, long cable. Again, I don't have anything that actually will work with this. I could get an adapter and actually go from XLR, like big XLR, into 4.4 or 2.5. 2.5 has a lot of tension on it. But for now, I think I'm going to use the third-party cable that I just got. Inside here, again, nice little leathery binder. If I open this up without destroying anything, yeah, series of documentations, user manual, that sort of stuff. Does it say something nice about here? Vous venez d'écouter, yeah, whatever, my French is terrible. You have just purchased Stellia, a high-end Focal product made with leather. We chose a full-grain leather for its elegance, softness, and flexibility, but also because it has been made in order to preserve its natural characteristics and its authenticity. Yeah, leather for authenticity, why not? The materials control folds, marks, and grafts. It's basically letting you know that if your leather is a bit messed up, that's because it came from a cow. And totally understandable. And then inside here we have a little thing about, a little spiel about Focal and how fabulous it is. And Lord knows they make some pretty phenomenal pieces. And then also inside here we have, as I said, your 1/4 inch to 3.5 millimeter stereo unbalanced headphone. It's a nice cable. It's relatively light, relatively short, you know, working for a portable player. And again, the same Focal 3.5 millimeter single-ended for right and left, with little right and left markings on that. Really lovely, just exactly what you want. Just a box that contains all your stuff. Little grooves here, if I put this in correctly, for it to go back in. And this is what we're going to run. I guess I can plug these in. Why don't we do that? Let's get the right one in. Literally the right one. Right goes to right. R is to R. They go in without too much drama. There we have. And so with the cable, as I loosen this up, I can go ahead and immediately, you see, like this cable isn't so huge with the 1/4 inch, has a bit of weight, so I'll remove that. And yeah, as the cable goes, um, some microphonics in the sense that when I actually hit the cable, it's sort of transmitting. Not the best, but it's all about when I'm actually listening to music. Even if I'm walking around, I'm getting some banging when this actually hits. The basically Y. What do we know? Toggle? What are we going to call this? The little thing that connects the single wire into on the split two wire is a little bit as if I would be walking. It would sort of bang around. But again, for the most part, we're going to be sitting. We're going to be listening to these things, and it's going to be doing what we want to do. So I am super excited to be spending several weeks with these, giving my utmost listen to them. My birthday's coming up, so I think this is a nice little treat. To actually give them a real good workout. Let them break in. Normally, I'm super suspicious about things like break in with like cables, but when it comes to things that are mechanical like this, things going in, obviously the sound's going to slightly change as everything sort of settles in. But I believe that there's so much to actually uncover, and I look forward to listening to some of my favorite songs in ways that maybe I've never heard before, thanks to the Stellia by Focal. Again, I'm getting used to the color, and I didn't know it was against black. It looks really nice. It's they're certainly they're unique, and you know exactly what they are. I love the leather. I mean, they even smell nice. I mean, what's not to love? That's our brief look at the Focal Stellia. Please let us know in the comments if there's any specific questions you have about this. This is really exciting for us to be dealing with a product of this caliber. Let us know if you've had a chance to listen to them yourself, or whether or not you like the sound of these versus something else. I would love to hear from you. Please let us know. We do our best to respond to comments, positive or negative. We want to hear from you. Follow us on social media. Please subscribe. Check out thatshelf.com for lots of stuff. We're obviously doing a bunch of reviews, but film reviews, game reviews, etc. Give us a chance. We have an amazing retinue of writers that really could use your support. And we look forward to seeing you next video. All the best. Take care.